Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your host for this evening. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I am bringing you this Division E matchup between Freedonia and Poseidon. Our lobby is already up and going, so we're going to very quickly take you over to the map screen and let you know what the map situation is for today. Braxis Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Towers of Doom, and Battlefield of Eternity are banned out for today's matchup. And match number one is going to be on the newest map in the pool. It's Hanamura, brought to you by Freedonia. Let's go straight into the draft, where Poseidon is pondering their first ban. Hanamura, brand new this NGS season, was voted in replacement of Sky Temple. There are some, some established strats for Hanamura, but I'm interested to see what the competitive teams this season can do with this map, as we see Blaze is going to be banned away by Poseidon. Blaze, of course, very strong wave clear, very strong camp clear since that Adrenaline Stim Pack buff. So definitely taking the big zone control machine off the board makes some sense here. Freedonia, next to act. Let's see what they're thinking. They're going to take Imperius off the board, so taking some high-impact solo laners out of the equation are our two squads here. I'm interested to see whether Chromie is going to get through. Chromie's still very strong on the current patch. Nerfs are incoming, but she's still, at the highest power she's been in quite a while. We saw a lot of Chromie bans yesterday. It's going to start off with the Li Ming ban, though. Especially here on Hanamura, where there's a lot of space to flank, a lot of ways that Li Ming can move around and lob orbs and missiles over the terrain. Li Ming can absolutely do a lot of work here on Hanamura. Freedonia thinking about their last ban here. We've got the solo laners off the board. We've got a big playmaking mage off the board. Let's see what they don't want to see. They're going to take away Uther, interestingly enough. Uther can be a bit of a double threat. He can provide some heals, but he also is a nice stun machine that can off-tank or sometimes even main tank. Penetrator going to go ahead and snap the Tassadar first pick for Poseidon. Wave clear. Very, very strong. Gonna possibly have a little bit of a tough time because Hanamura, there's so much space to work with, and Tassadar is relatively immobile. But if they've got a team around him, he can absolutely dish out the pain. Freedonia thinking about their next two picks. Draven is going to go ahead and pick up Anduin, and Xeon Zach is going to snap up that Johanna, so locking in the healer and the tank straight away here. Anduin, a great healer for saving people who are in the process of getting picked or CC chained. Johanna is hurting a little bit since that 5-second Iron Skin nerf, but still quite the presence in that front line. Buffy is going to go ahead and grab Lily, and Sasuke is going to grab the Mei. Interesting to see that Lily pick up so early. It makes me wonder if Buffy was looking to possibly play Anduin here, and that got picked away. And with Uther already banned, possibly wanting to make sure to lock in that healer before too many other options were taken away here. Mei, a little bit of a menace out there right now. See how well Sasuke can pilot that hero for Poseidon, as we see Ragnaros banned away by Freedonia. Interesting lockdown on the solo lane choices from our two squads. We've got Imperius, Rag, Blaze all banned away. No one's locked in their choice, though, for solo laner. Poseidon thinking about their next ban. Only DPS and offlane options are still left. And another offlaner taken away, Malthael. Malthael can solo camps here on Hanamura fairly easily. Has a little bit of trouble with the big boss camp, but he can take out the turret camp and the side camps with ease. Though there are still some definite options for doing that. Artana's still on the table, Sonya's still on the table, Greymane's still available. So both of these teams have some good options if they want to move into that map control PvP style, or PvE style, I should say. Freedonia is going to grab Orphea and Thrall here. Duke grabbing that Orphea, and Dark on the Thrall. Thrall, a great dueling solo laner. Grim Notepad responds with the Gul'dan. We'll see what Spankus wants to pick up in response to the Thrall in the top lane. There's a lot of options that are taken off the board here. See what they have in response. So far, we've got some big mage damage. It's going to be Varian coming out from Spankus. Doesn't necessarily need to be a Twin Blades Varian if you are in the off lane. A Taunt Varian can still soak the lane fine, get some work done. Simslayer is going to go ahead and pick up the Tychus in response to the double front line coming out from Poseidon. Tychus might have a little bit of trouble into those Lily blinds, but if you can time out that trait, sure, be able to burn down May and Varian, no problem. Alright. Our drafts are set for game number 1, Freedonia going up against Poseidon here on our newest map, Hanamura Temple. Let's see who can take game 1. Here we go. Alrighty, loading in here to Hanamura Temple. We've got some very high damage coming out from Freedonia, and we've got a little bit more of a slow roll, a little bit more of a sustain comp coming out from Poseidon. We'll see who can outlast the other, whether the burst or the sustain pulls ahead in this matchup. It looks like we're loading in. One player left, and here we go. On the left in the blue, we have Freedonia with Dark playing the Thrall. Duke is on Orphea, Simpslayer on the Tychus, Draven playing Anduin, and Xeon Zach on the Johanna. On the right in the red, it is Poseidon with Grim Notepad taking his time on the Gul'dan. Spankus is playing the Varian, Penetrator on the Tassadar. Sasuke is playing the Mei, and who did I miss? Boffy is playing the Lily.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Hanamura Temple is underway. We do see the W quest coming out from Gul'dan. That's been a popular build lately, not one that we've seen in the history of Gul'dan. But the stats don't lie. W build Gul'dan is kind of the hot right now. We do see a High King's quest from the Varian. That would seem to indicate that Twin Blades is the idea. Coming out from Spankus. Thrall and Varian gonna rotate up as now the fight begins. Xeon Zach being pushed back by that Gul'dan damage. Gul'dan will absolutely be aiding the wave clear of Poseidon. Tassadar, certainly no slouch in that department as well. Wave clear on both sides looking very good as we do see a root landing onto Mei. Duke does manage to avoid the blizzard and get on back. Penetrator getting caught a little bit by Johanna. Let's see if Freedonia can move up. Nope, the root does not land, and Tassadar will wiggle away here. Two teams gonna just trade blows in the beginning. There's a lot of high damage coming out from both sides as they just go ahead and get these lanes cleared. Camps of the map are now online. Blizzard comes up, is gonna catch two here. Duke a little bit caught out. There's the wall from Tassadar to try to trap Duke inside. It looks like Orphea is turning the tables here. Xeon Zach looking to chase away Tassadar. Right now, Thrall and Varian duking it out in the top lane. Thrall will be definitely ahead in that matchup before Varian turns on the level 4 talents. Penetrator a little bit low here. Gets caught by the Johanna, and that's going to be first blood going over to Freedonia. Grim Notepad being chased out. The Q from Orphea does not land, so Gul'dan will get away here. Thrall working on the top vision camp for Freedonia, the rest of the squad working on the bottom vision camp. That's going to help out a lot in the XP gained as we take a look at the mercenaries. That's a whole 540 experience just for capping one vision camp here on Hanamura. Speaking of camps, it looks like Poseidon is going to go ahead and start up their boss with Gul'dan, Mei, and Lily working on that. Freedonia is thinking about where they want to go. Do they want to invade? It looks like they're going to go ahead and get back to the boss of their own and get that pushing in the bottom lane. Level 4s have arrived for both teams almost. There they are. There they are. Poseidon is going to pick up their boss, Freedonia, capping as well as the payload in the center, spawning in about 20 seconds here. It is actually Taunt coming out from Varian in the top lane. Usually we don't see the High King's Quest with the Taunt, as we see a possible invade from Freedonia onto the turret camp, but thinking better of it. So it is going to be a Taunt Varian. Freedonia is going to have to be watchful or mindful of that extra CC coming out from the side of Poseidon. Both teams clashing in the top lane here. Freedonia getting a lot of extra value out of this boss. Dark is in a lot of trouble though, taunted by the Varian, and we see the value coming out from that level 4. The Anduin pull is not enough, and Thrall is going to go down. It's going to need to work on those Feral Spirit stacks on 4. It gets back online. Boss in the bottom lane has cleaved down this fort wall and is going to be working here. Both teams pushing towards the objective. Blizzard is going to stop the rotation of Freedonia as Sasuke trying to push the payload. But Spank is in a little bit of trouble here. Does not have the shield wall just yet. May pops the trait, but Simslayer is just burning through that shield wall. Freedonia getting a little bit split off by the Gul'dan damage. It looks like Zeonzak has the Iron Skin available, and Johanna will be able to walk away. Very nice timing on the trait there from Zeonzak. Boss almost taking out this bottom fort alone, as we see Poseidon will pick up this objective and start pushing it in the correct direction. They're going to work on this camp along the way, but Freedonia doesn't look like they're going to give this up for free. Zeonzak is back on the field. Catches the entirety of Poseidon here. The double stun onto Duke and Simslayer does slow down the damage, and it looks like Poseidon will be able to reposition here for the next fight. Dark, working around the edges, gets the quadruple root, and that's a quest complete on that Feral Spirit. Amazing cast there. Really nicely done. Level 7s have arrived for Freedonia, so they've got a little bit of a team fight advantage here. We'll see if they can capitalize off of this. Penetrator working the angles. Looks like Poseidon is going to give up the objective, at least for now, try to meet them on the other side. Still needing level 7, though. A little bit behind on the XP here, as we see the bosses are starting to return to the map. Zeonzak trying to possibly catch the rotations. Penetrator is dismounted. Duke trying to get some extra damage. There's the triple stun there from Johanna. Sasuke is trapped on the wrong side of the wall. This could be trouble for May. It's Freedonia retreating and trying to push this payload up to the top lane. Level 7 has arrived for Poseidon. Penetrator in a lot of trouble. The root lands from Dark, and that's a kill onto Tassadar. Spankus in the top is not going to be trading very well into Tychus here, as that percent damage is doing a lot of work. Turning onto May, and that's a double kill here for Freedonia. And they will be capturing the first payload of the game. Taking a look at the damage so far, Orphea leading the way for Freedonia with the 16,000 hero damage. And Gul'dan at the top for Poseidon with the 13k. As we see Poseidon working on the safe side boss camp, and Freedonia going to retreat to the boss camp of their own. Taking a look at the XP, we see the hero kill XP for Freedonia is a little bit ahead, even on the mercenaries so far, but very far ahead on that minion XP, as we see level 9 and level 8 has not yet been picked up for Poseidon. Thrall's going to work on the turret camp for Freedonia, so we have another possible clash. We're 3v3 in the bottom lane right now. Duke looking to move ahead and get some damage onto those squishy backliners. Right now we have 2 members of Freedonia in the top lane that are dealing with that boss. 4 members from Poseidon dealing with the bottom lane boss. Here comes Varian, though. That's going to create an odd number fight. Level 10s are here from Freedonia, but they're 3v4 right now. We do see the Earthquake coming out from Thrall, the Draken Laser Drill for the Tychus, Light Bomb from the Anduin. We do have Eternal Feast from Orphea, and Falling Sword coming in from Johanna, and we see it there going straight onto the back line. The Light Bomb catches Gul'dan, and Gul'dan's going to go down here. Sasuke does manage to drop the turret before May falls. That turret going to be keying onto Johanna for now. A big taunt under the fort. Dark does get pulled back, and the fort falls, saving Thrall for now. That's 2 kills for Freedonia. They've got the bottom fort down. They've got the heroic advantage, and they're going to be rotating to the top of the map to try to press this map advantage. Poseidon's going to have to work on their camp clear. They're going to go ahead and pick up the extra XP from this vision camp to try to get level 10. Level 11 has arrived for Freedonia. It looks like they're going to be pushing down the top lane. There's not a lot that Poseidon can do here. They're going to come up and try to defend, but without level 10, this could be a rough fight for them. The fort does fall. The blizzard does split the members of Freedonia. We've got a taunt onto Anduin, but Johanna moving on through. There is the light bomb once again. Eternal Feast is out. That's cutting off the retreat of Poseidon. Varian's going to go down first. Tassadar in a lot of trouble there. May going to go down as well. Gul'dan is down. Boffi's going to have to retreat. There is another 4 kills for Freedonia. Payload spawning in 15 seconds. This boss is going to be up in about 5 seconds here, so Freedonia looking to get ahead and stay ahead. Lili is going to have to be a little bit careful here. There's a little bit caught out in lane. The double root is there, and Lili is picked off. Very nice rotation there from Freedonia. Johanna going to solo push the payload. Looks like Duke's going to come and try to speed this up, but Poseidon already back on the field without Lili here. Can they get onto the point? No, the boss is captured. Ice Wall is out. The boss cleaves 3, though. This could be trouble. The Earthquake is out. Tassadar's going to go down. Eternal Feast cuts off the retreat of Grim Notepad. Gul'dan's going down here. The double root. Looks like Varian will be next. May possibly to follow. There goes May. Lili back on the field. Did land the ult. Johanna going to use that Falling Sword to get out of there, and that's another 4 kills going over to Freedonia. 14-1 on that kill count in this game. Anduin working on the objective here as the rest of the squad just going to push down the top lane with this boss, try to get as much value as possible. Poseidon starting to get back onto the battlefield here. Keep wall taken out by Freedonia. Anduin is going to finish the capture, level 13-10 here. Poseidon is in a rough spot. Varian is in the bottom lane, going to try to pick up some extra experience, try to bridge this gap here. As Freedonia can now pretty much do whatever they want. They're just living on Poseidon's side of the map. They're going to go ahead and pick up the turret camp and the site camp, while Poseidon has to rotate around safely and just look for any sort of advantage they can get. Looks like they may dive onto this turret camp. The ice wall is up, cutting off the retreat, but here comes the light bomb once again. Zionzak actually popping the retreating Falling Sword. And they're going to peel on out of there. They capped the camp, but unfortunately they didn't have the opportunity to pick up the turret. So they get the experience, but not the prize. Freedonia going to go ahead and grab their boss camp. Poseidon just working on this lane soak. They want to find level 13 here before the next engagement, if possible. Poseidon going ahead and just painting the map blue here. Poseidon's going to grab this side camp, try to pick up some extra XP in that way. Bottom boss is the next point of contention as we see the cleave clearing the wave. Here comes Freedonia. Sasuke gonna have to be careful here, using the blizzard to zone out the members of Freedonia. Thrall is coming around the top lane. We'll see if there's going to be a root earthquake. All ultimates are up for both squads here. Boss is still very healthy. There's the blizzard putting some extra damage onto that boss at about half health now. It looks like Freedonia is just going to go ahead and push into this bottom keep. They're at a 3-level advantage here. Boss is going to be taken out. Looks like Poseidon is thinking about engaging. A good defense there, pushing back the members of Freedonia, but they're just going to rotate up and try to steal the boss of Poseidon here. Poseidon is on the chase. Zionzak is anchoring a little bit. See if Johanna can stop the advancement onto this point. It will be possible. Boss is taken. The Earthquake is out. Falling Sword trying to catch the 2 DPS. Light Bomb follow-up as well. That's a great stun. Eternal Feast putting some big damage onto Gul'dan and Tassadar, but Boffi with 1,000 Cups saves the DPS for now. That's now a 4-level lead coming out for the members of Freedonia. Both keeps still standing for Poseidon. Experience is being fed through top and bottom lane. They just need to make sure to split up and capture that. Dark gonna have to be a little bit careful here. Does manage to mount up and escape. Poseidon just gonna go ahead and take that back. Orpheus still in the top lane, so Freedonia is going in with an odd number advantage here. They're gonna start this payload heading towards the top. Tassadar in the bottom lane trying to find level 13 for Poseidon. This turret camp should do it. Zionzak just anchoring in this bush. Members of Poseidon. They want this capture. There it is, level 13. That's going to give them... They're still down a Talontier, but at least they're not down 2 Talontiers now. So this fight should be a little bit more even as we see the engage is here. Eternal Feast coming out a little bit early there. Nice root and follow-up stun onto Spankus in the bottom lane. A fantastic Ice Wall is going to save Varian for now. There's the Falling Sword onto the back line, along with the Light Bomb. A very good combo. Freedonia is executing that very well. Gul'dan is going to go down here. Spank is trying to escape, does get caught by Johanna, and now Varian's going to fall. Dark with the double root once again. May's trait just a little too late. That's an extra 4 kills for Freedonia. They're going to go ahead and take this top keep as the objective barrels down the bottom keep. Now with the 4-level lead, let's see if they can take this to the core. Freedonia. Looks like they're not going to go ahead and push the core. They're going to retreat back to their boss here. Not quite ready to pull the trigger on this matchup. They're going to go ahead and play things slow. Picking up their side boss, Orphea. Going to go ahead and pick up the turret for Freedonia as well. Poseidon at this point is just working on finding XP wherever they can. They're now 3 levels down, nearly 4 levels down. Picking up this boss while they have the opportunity, that's a good little catch for them. That'll force Freedonia to clear that top wave. It'll make them not have to worry about catapults for just a little bit here. But the bottom boss they will have to rotate down to. This is a great fight for Freedonia if they can take it. Working on the wave clear here. Gul'dan putting out some extra damage, Orphea responding in kind. This could be trouble here for Poseidon. They're down 4 levels. This boss is almost down. They're positioning very aggressively still. Boss is taken out, and now the boss of Freedonia is pushing down the lane. It's almost at the core. We've got a stack of catapults, 3 behind it. This wave could end the game by itself. Freedonia is mounting up. It looks like they're on the chase as the core shields are starting to fall. Freedonia is going to clear that top wave. They're going to get this double threat here. Dark is moving in. Dark wants to lead Freedonia to the victory here. Bottom lane is cleared away. Still playing things slow is Freedonia. Rotating around to the turret camp. The longer this goes on, the more catch-up XP that Poseidon can pick up here. They have the 4-level lead, but if Poseidon gets level 16, all of a sudden they're on even talent tiers. Freedonia, they've been doing very well in the fights so far. Let's see if they can force something here. Dark looking for the stun. They will not find it. I'm not sure the next payload kills the core. I haven't cast Hanamura in so long. I don't know if they can do it. I don't know if that's enough damage. Freedonia just going to rotate around, get these waves caught up. Catapult is doing the job there. Payload spawning in 5.
Is under attack.
Just keeping constant pressure on the core of Poseidon.
Escort the payload.
Looks like Freedonia is going to retreat and try to get this cap on the payload. That's going to give Poseidon level 16. I'm not sure this kills the core. I think this might leave the core at about 20% health. I'm interested to see. This will increase my knowledge for later Hanamura matchups as they come through this NGS season. Looks like Poseidon is looking to challenge. Zionzak looking to flank. Sasuke does get the icing in, is right in the middle of things. There's the falling blade. Penetrator is in trouble. There's the light bomb in the back, stunning and killing Gul'dan. Taunt onto Tychus. Sasuke in a little bit of trouble. There's the icing, but May is going to go down here. Boffy doing their best in the backline, gets rooted by Dark, and Lili's taken out. That's 3 kills for Freedonia. Penetrator is being chased down by the members of Freedonia. There's the root, and there's the kill. Spankus will retreat, but that's another 4 kills going over to Freedonia. They're going to get this cap. Let's see how many shots this core is going to take, as Spankus is on the retreat here. Freedonia picking up the boss. Spankus going in. Gonna get taken out here. There goes poor Varian. Gul'dan is back on the field. Yeah, we're at about 36% on this core. The objective's still not very strong here on Hanamura, and Freedonia finally turns their gaze onto the core, and there it is. Game 1 going over to Freedonia. GG. A dominant performance there in game number 1 by Freedonia, 23 kills to 1. That double lockdown matchup, or that double lockdown comp with the Orphea and the Thrall, along with the Anduin root, doing some big work there for Freedonia. Orphea leading the way on the damage front, 88,000 siege and 60,000 hero damage. Penetrator on the Tassadar for Poseidon, putting in some work there with the 42,000 hero damage. Take a quick look at the talents before we move along and get ready for game number 2. All right, game number 1 is in the books. Freedonia up 1-0. They're going to look to close out this series, and Poseidon is going to look for the reverse sweep. We're going to head to a quick break, but when we come back, it's going to be game 2, Freedonia versus Poseidon. Don't go away. Alrighty. Game number 2 is about to be underway between Freedonia and Poseidon. Freedonia is up 1-0, and looks like we're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. Let's check in with the maps real quick, just to catch you up as I fail to put that part in. Update that. There we go. Practice Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Towers of Doom, and Battlefield of Eternity are banned out for this matchup. Hanamura Temple was chosen and won by Freedonia. And now Freedonia will be taking us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. Let's jump right into this draft as we see Poseidon is going to ban away the Johanna. They don't want to see Xeon Zach on the Falling Sword Johanna in this particular game. And once again, Imperius going to be banned away by Freedonia. Just being able to hold down that solo lane fairly safely, come in and bring those huge impales are so impactful in a team fight. Imperius definitely an A-tier offlaner right now. Not surprised to see that banned away. Li Ming once again banned away by Poseidon. Volskaya, another map that definitely caters to Li Ming. There's a lot of wide open spaces for Li Ming to send those orbs out. There's no minions in the way. So they're going to go ahead and take that off the board. Let's see if Freedonia changes up their strat at all with these bans. Chromie did make it all the way through last time. They're still going to ban away that Uther. They are not interested in the stun machine coming their way. Poseidon now with first pick. They grabbed the Tassadar last time. It is still available here. Instead, they're going to snipe away the Orphea that was played by Duke last game. Gonna go ahead and snap that one up. With Johanna off the table, Zeon Zach's going to have to look for a new tank. It will be Blaze, and Draven is going to go ahead and pick up Oriole. That's one I haven't seen in quite some time. Oriole's one of my favorite healers to play, just mechanics-wise, but her being so heavily tied to a battery makes that a little bit difficult. They have made a lot of changes to Oriole over time to make her a little more self-sufficient, but still tough to do. Ragnaros and Lucio going to be picked up by Boffy and Spankus here. So definitely some good reactive drafting coming out from Poseidon, taking away heroes, banning out ones from last time, taking stuff that was banned in the second round last phase. Good response here from Poseidon. Freedonia, next to ban, is going to take away the Tychus, interestingly enough. It was Simpslayer of Freedonia that played Tychus last time, but since Poseidon seems to be taking some heroes, interesting that they would want to ban that away. Uther banned because he threw Arthas into the maw. He did do that. That's true. Spite ban! Kael'thas going to be taken away by Poseidon. Now the next two picks are Freedonia's. Usually you see Oriole paired with a particular mage or a particular sustain assassin. You can get a Zul'jin in there, even a Raynor can work. Stuff like Gul'dan, stuff like, Orphea's already taken, but anything with consistent damage you can pair along with that Oriole. We saw the Kael'thas banned away. That's a common battery. You know who's even more common battery is Cho'Gall, Dark, and Duke. Gonna pick up the big ogre monster. That Tychus ban is making a little more sense. There we go. So we've got Poseidon's got a choice to make. Anubarak's still on the board, Greymane's still on the board, but they don't have a lot of options here. They're kind of locked in with their DPS. It's going to be Mal'Ganis and Raynor here, coming out from Sasuke and Grim Notepad. Going to be a little bit tough to take down the giant health pool of Cho'Gall. We'll see how they do. Last pick coming in from Freedonia. They've got their offlaner, they've got their healer, Simpslayer, just looking to play some heavy damage. Sometimes we see a Zul'jin with this setup. Any kind of sustained DPS will do fine. It's going to be Greymane. Greymane going to capitalize on the high damage coming out from Gall. Be able to follow up on the stuns of Blaze, rotating around from the bottom lane. Alright, I think Freedonia got exactly the draft they wanted here. May have caught Poseidon a little bit unawares, but Poseidon did pick up some heroes that were banned away from them last time. We'll see if they've got a little bit more comfort here. But we're going into game number 2. Can Freedonia close this out, or can Poseidon bring this back? We're going into Volskaya Foundry. Here we go. Alright, loading in here to Volskaya Foundry. We got the big Cho'Gall comp with the Oriole backup, Blaze in the offlane, Greymane for the executions. Across from big Mal'Ganis in the front, heavy regen. Does have the percent damage on those Fell Claws, so that's something. Orphea and Raynor, just high damage heroes overall. Lucio going to be able to create space with those knockbacks. Ragnaros can definitely do some work versus Blaze in the off lane. So we'll see whether they can turn this around, turn this comp around. They don't have the classic counters to Cho'Gall, but they can definitely just make some outplays here and there. We'll see how they do as we get into game number 2. On the left in the blue, just between me and you, it's Freedonia with Darduke playing the Cho'Gall. Draven is going to be on Oriole. Xeon Zac is going to be playing Blaze. Simp Slayer on the Greymane. On the right in the red, we have Poseidon with Spankus on that Ragnaros. Sasuke playing Mal'Ganis. Penetrator playing the Orphea. Grim Notepad on the Raynor. And Boffy playing the Lucio.
5, 4, 3.
Game number 2
1.
is now
Let the
underway.
battle begin.
Cho'Gall comp, usually looking for level 16. That's when Cho'Gall gets that silencing runic blast. That's when things really start to go online. We'll see whether they can hold out till then, as the waves meet here. Well, so I'm interested to see what the rotation's going to be like for our two squads. Ragnaros heading down to the bottom lane straight away. Greymane actually sticking in the top lane for Freedonia, trying to get a little bit of a head start on this wave clear. As we see, Freedonia does win the initial wave clear exchange. Darduke looking to go in here. Greymane just going ahead and pushing that top wall. Penetrator coming up to respond. Looks like we have a rotation between bot and mid here for Freedonia. Right now, Greymane could be in some trouble here as Sasuke is coming around the outside. Simslayer is going to back off here. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. Cho'Gall currently facing off versus Ragnaros in the bottom lane. Not a great matchup for Cho'Gall. He's going to come on up here and find Oriole. Send in some Runic Blast to weaken that mid wall. We see Poseidon's going to go ahead and work on their siege camp. Freedonia in the mid lane. Expecting Simpslayer to head on over to the turret camp. Looks like they're going to have to respond in the bottom lane here versus Ragnaros. Darduke and Draven just working on the rotation, trying to catch out the members of Poseidon. Siege camp is captured by Poseidon. Raynor going to go ahead and try to escort that down the top lane. Now our two teams are going to work on their turret camp. Xeon Zac and Draven on the left. Penetrator and Boffy on the right. They want to grab these turrets to be ready for the first objective. Spankus in a little bit of trouble here. Greymane putting on the pressure to the Ragnaros. Level 4s are here for both of our squads. Cho'Gall pushing in the top lane. Raynor's leaving a little bit of XP behind there. Not something you want to do versus a Cho'Gall comp. You want to be ahead at all times and get an unbreakable lead by 16. Grim Notepad taking a little bit of damage there. Xeon Zac, ooh, whiffs the jet propulsion. Could be in some trouble here. A nice knockback by Lucio. Big sleep coming in onto Blaze on a huge body block as well. Xeon Zac's got to turn this thing around. It's body block after body block, and first blood goes over to Poseidon. Just trapped for an eternity. Even the big health pool of Blaze was not enough. Great body blocks there coming out from the whole red team. Once again, looking for a possible gank onto Greymane. There's the full collapse. Let's see whether they can land the stun. The stun is there. The slow from Orphea. There's the knockback from Lucio, and Greymane will go down next. Full rotation from Poseidon takes out the Worgen leader. Freedonia going to go ahead and work on their siege camp as the objective is popping in the mid lane. Cho'Gall trying to work on level 7 for Freedonia. Greymane back on the field now. Poseidon with that level lead now, with the extra 1,000 experience from those hero kills. They're a little bit behind on the minions, but they're ahead on the mercenaries. So looks like both teams are about to hit level 7 roughly the same time here. But Poseidon's got about 50% on this channel. Greymane currently in the bottom lane, Orphea in the top lane. Looks like Darduke is ready to go right in. There's the follow-up stun onto Sasuke. Sleep catches 3. Can Poseidon move on in? There's the big damage onto Draven. Oriole's in a lot of trouble, and Oriole's going to go down here. Turret is pushing back the members of Poseidon. They go ahead and clean that up. And it looks like they're going to get this first Protector of the game. Xeon Zac trying to step onto this point, but it won't be in time. Protector will be taken by Mal'Ganis and Ragnaros. Looks like they're going to work on this mid-wall. Darduke actually taking a ton of damage there on the Cho'Gall. Going to have to be careful with that poke. Mid-wall being worked on. Protector getting down to about half health here. Taking a lot of extra damage, though, as it looks like Freedonia are able to pretty much damage this one for free. Heading on down to the bottom lane. Someone's going to have to catch up this minion wave, though, as we see the Protector trying to get this bottom tower down. Protector's going to have to be careful, though. It's going to expire on the wrong side of the map. Spankus and Sasuke are a little bit trapped here. Ooh, a nice sleep from Mal'Ganis gets him on the right side of Freedonia. It looks like Poseidon will manage to get away here. Now with a pretty nice little level lead, half a level ahead is Poseidon. Freedonia going to work on their turret camp. It looks like the teams are just going to go back into map control mode. Darduke, using that Surging Fist, punches Littlefield in the face. My goodness. That seems rude. Raynor picking up the turret camp for Poseidon, maintaining that level advantage. Members of Freedonia looking possibly for Mal'Ganis here. The Fellclaws are out, and that's going to be enough. Sasuke gets away from the gank attempt. No one's taken a swipe at the heal camp just yet. Freedonia just rotating around the lanes, trying to find as much minion XP as possible. They don't want to be too far behind on the race to level 10 here. See Greymane still working on Ragnaros in the bottom lane. The rotations are good from Freedonia, but it will be level 10 coming in here for Poseidon. It is going to be the sound barrier for Lucio. Hyperion coming out for the Raynor. It will be Lava Wave for Ragnaros. Eternal Feast from the Orphea. You see the Lava Wave heading to the top lane. It is going to be Dark Conversion for the Mal'Ganis, trying to possibly get a big play onto the enemy Cho'Gall there. Is Sasuke. But level 10 is here for Freedonia as well. It is going to be the Twilight Hammer for Cho. Looks like we have a possible engage here. Ooh, a nice little shove by Gall. Gets him away from the sleep. It will be Resurrect coming out from Oriel, providing possibly an extra Cho'Gall per fight here. Cursed Bullet from the Greymane, Combustion coming out from the Blaze, and Twisting Nether from the Gall. Both teams just rotating around, trying to maintain map control. Ragnaros will get an advantage over time with that Lava Wave. Darduke taking out that mid wall, putting out a lot of damage. Sasuke looking for the stun here. Twisting Nether is popped. It looks like Cho'Gall's going to be okay for now. The sound barrier is out. The triple stun from Zeonzak will go straight into that barrier. Control point B in the top lane is unlocking in about 20 seconds here. Siege camps have already been taken by both squads. We see the blue side siege camp already pushing in the top lane. Greymane looking to get that XP advantage back in the bottom lane as both teams approach level 12 here. Control points unlocking now. We see Greymane is on the way up. Cho'Gall's going straight in. Knocks back Ragnaros. Jet propulsion does not land. Turret is out for Poseidon, zoning away the members of Freedonia. Cho'Gall is just going to go straight in, try to get some damage onto that turret so they can step onto the point. Turret of their own goes down. Zeonzak jet propulsion doesn't land. Cursed Bullet whiffs onto Mal'Ganis. The Eternal Feast is out. That's a lot of damage onto the backline of Freedonia. Raynor's actually going to go down first here. Zeonzak doing some great work in the backline. Darduke has to move on back on that Cho'Gall. Zeonzak will be falling. Draven does have the Resurrect available, probably waiting to use it on the Cho'Gall, though. It's a one-for-one trade for now, but Poseidon already 77% on this point. We'll see if they can get some extra damage onto Rag, or if they're going to go in here. Sasuke moving on in, and it looks like Poseidon will once again get this point. Oh, actually, Freedonia's not done. They're stepping up onto the point. There's the Twisting Nether trying to get some extra damage out. Cursed Bullet is here. The Dark Conversion onto Greymane will be enough to take him out, and Mal'Ganis back to full health here. Cho'Gall's going to have to try to escape along with Draven. There's the big stun. Oriel will go down first. Eternal Feast out once again, putting some damage onto Blaze. A nice stun. Gets another couple ticks on there. Is that enough damage to kill the Blaze? There it is. Orphea with the last auto attack. Blaze is going to go down. Cho'Gall's going to have to retreat. Poseidon playing extremely well with this comp, rotating around, getting the picks that they need. This is exactly what they needed to do versus this Cho'Gall comp, was get ahead and make sure that Cho'Gall does not outscale them by the late game. They're going ahead and working on this top fort. Mid fort and bottom fort already a little bit softened up from that first protector. We'll see what they can do with this, whether they can get a triple fort play. They are very far ahead due to that hero kill XP, 7-1 on the kills so far. Ahead on the minions, almost ahead on the mercenaries as well. Protector putting a little bit of damage onto that mid lane fort. Ideally, they want to get some work done in the bottom lane. We see Spankus softening up that bottom lane so that control point C, they have a little bit of a space advantage. Looks like the Protector is just brawling for now. They want to find an extra pick. Darduke is chasing down Orphea. Protector's still up, coming back to put some extra damage onto Zeon Zach. The combustion is out, catches 2, but the sound barrier in response is good. Big sleep onto Cho'Gall is going to put him inside that Eternal Feast. Molten Block is available. Zeon Zach gets the triple stun. Is that going to be enough for Blaze to get away? No, Blaze is going to go down here. Sasuke is on the chase. Double stun onto Cho'Gall and Greymane. I don't think Cho'Gall's going to get out of this one. Look at that Surging Fist. Just moving an impossible distance down to the bottom lane. And Cho'Gall's going to be just fine. I feel like that was a Surging Fist with a shove in the middle of it. He went a long way with that one. Mid fort is going to be taken out by Poseidon. Cho'Gall backing for health. It looks like Poseidon is going to go ahead and try to paint the map red here. 3 members are going to take the heal camp. Raynor working on the siege. Ragnaros working on the turret. And Freedonia finds themselves in a tough spot. They're down 3 forts. They're down 2 levels. They need to find 16. They need to find a good fight here to get this Cho'Gall comp to work. The rest of Poseidon is moving around, basically free reign. All they're looking for now is picks. They're looking to zone members out. Looks like the members of Freedonia are going to go ahead and pick up their siege camp while they have the opportunity. Possibly look to clear this top lane. Poseidon moving around the map. They're going to go ahead and take out this well just for giggles. Interested to see what they're going to choose here. Looks like they're going to try to rotate down onto Greymane. Greymane very far out here. Is going to be caught by the entirety of Poseidon. There's the slow, there's the damage, and Greymane is down. That means that bottom lane XP soak is gone for the meantime. Freedonia trying to move as one here. But Poseidon, are they going to rotate for another gank? It looks like Cho'Gall is a little bit far out there, but still mounted is going to be okay. Freedonia almost has level 16 here. That's going to put them at a big, not a big advantage, but definitely eliminating a big disadvantage for the next possible team fight. Poseidon rotating around, going to clear this top camp. Bottom control point should be popping in a moment. There it goes. Penetrator on that Orphea, trying to soften up this Cho'Gall a little bit. 16 has arrived. So will be an even talent tier for the next fight for Freedonia, but they're down 3 structures here. They need to find some kills in this next fight, find some map control if they want to get back into this game. Currently, Ragnaros is doing some split pushing for Poseidon. They'll have to come down and join the fight soon as the control point is now unlocked. Here comes Rag to join the fight. Let's see if Freedonia can take advantage of the positioning. Combustion is out, along with the Cursed Bullet. They want to find Orphea here, but Orphea just dancing back with those Qs. There's the sound barrier, keeping everyone nice and healthy. Ragnaros has come and joined the fight, and we're now in a full 5v5. There's a lot of ults that have already been spent. Eternal Feast is out, gonna get some extra ticks onto the members of Freedonia. Darduke still relatively healthy, but gonna have to be careful here as he's bumped back into the enemy team. Molten Block is out. Is that enough damage? It is. Cho'Gall is gonna fall. There's the Resurrect. Blaze going down in the back line, but Cho'Gall will be rejoining the battle at full health here. Unfortunately, with Blaze down and the Simslayer and Draven very low health, they're gonna have to just wait a second and get healthy, and it looks like they're just gonna go ahead and go back in. 4v5 be damned. They want to get onto this point, but Poseidon is holding court here. There's the stun onto Cho'Gall. It looks like Darduke gonna take a little extra damage from the Ragnaros. Big Qs coming out from Spankus. Mal'Ganis actually getting counter-killed there. Simslayer doing some great work. Dark Conversion not landing. Greymane will fall in response. Protector almost captured by Poseidon. Grim Notepad not moving ahead. That's Orphea going to go down here. Possibly a little bit of a misplay by Poseidon, not committing fully to that fight. That's 2 members down, and that's Freedonia taking over this point. Went for a little bit of a greedy play there, trying to back-cap the objective. That means the tank and the mage are gone. Will Poseidon commit onto this point? It looks like they're still ahead in levels. They can go ahead and double soak 420 here for the next engage. It looks like they're still thinking about going in. Mal'Ganis and Orphea will not be back in time for this fight. Mid lane with the catapult, top lane with the catapult are pushed in. Freedonia's gonna have to be careful. Grim Notepad actually getting caught out here. The sound barrier is there, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Rainer is gonna go down. And that's a Protector going over to Freedonia. Let's see what they can do with this. Rainer is back on the field. Orphea will be joining shortly. We see Cho'Gall and Oriel, so actually 3 members in this Protector. Gall can still cast while inside the Protector. So it's kind of an ultra Protector here. They do get the bottom fort wall down, but with Ragnaros occupying that space, they're just going to go ahead and rotate to the mid, but only to be met with a lava wave. A great defense coming out here from Ragnaros. Zeonzak not hitting with that jet propulsion, getting the combustion interrupted. The mid fort is almost down. Eternal Feast going out, really trying to push back the members of Freedonia. Penetrator gonna have to be careful here, a little bit low. Double lava wave clearing out mid. Protector putting some big damage onto Orphea as it goes ahead and tries to pick up this top fort. Oh, Orphea is actually going to be taken out here by the Protector. This is pretty big for Freedonia. Getting some late kills here. Blind as a bat is out. Sasuke trying to get as many stuns onto the Freedonia as possible. They're still fighting underneath this fort. Fort finally goes down. Sasuke gets hit with the cursed bullet, is pushed away by the Protector. Dark Conversion is still available. So Sasuke's going to try to remain at about, less than half health. And there it is. Gets that health back, but will not get the kill onto Oriel for now. The quad sleep from Mal'Ganis is good, and it looks like Poseidon will be able to back away. But Freedonia getting 2 forts of their own and level 20 on the horizon. This game suddenly isn't quite over. Darduke gonna go ahead and clean up this well in the mid lane. Spankus actually getting caught out here. Oh, the jet propulsion stun does not land, but the Oriel stun does. There's the sound barrier saving Ragnaros for now. Level 20 about to be here for Freedonia. Draven does not get onto the point. They're going to have to go ahead and clear this camp or back away. Looks like they will clear it out, and they will get level 20. Suddenly the map looking a lot more even. Level 20 for both sides. Mid and top keeps are exposed for both sides. Darduke is going to go ahead and try to steal this turret camp, as Poseidon is going to work on the heal camp. It's going to be a double turret camp capture for Freedonia. Greymane trying to catch up this bottom lane with that Hunter's Blunderbuss. Cho'Gall does manage to finish off the turret camp before Poseidon can rotate in. Now it's just going to be wave clear back and forth. We'll see if one of these teams can catch a poor rotation. Look for the fight that they want. Poseidon was possibly looking in that bush. They do see Cho'Gall rotating around here. Both teams staying very close. Not wanting to get caught in the off lanes. Penetrator keeping an eye on things. Zeonzak putting some vision down, and it looks like Orphea may be caught here. Stunned by Cho'Gall. There's the combustion, and that's going to be Orphea down. Sasuke does have the Dark Conversion, but the stun is there, and Mal'Ganis is going to fall before the Dark Conversion lands. Freedonia really turning this thing around. 2 kills here. They're going to go ahead and push out the top lane. Lava Wave from Ragnaros is going to clear out the bottom lane. So Greymane's going to go ahead and try to de-push that minion wave. Let's see if Freedonia can make something of this. Cho is using that Twilight's Hammer for the ranged attacks now. That's always a very funny level talent to me. He just He's just going pew, 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 pew. There it is. Cho's putting out the big damage. Freedonia's going to go ahead and push down the bottom lane. Poseidon with the 3 remaining members trying to deep push the top lane. Looks like Freedonia is still deciding whether they want to take a fight here. Looks like they just want to get back to control point A as it's unlocking about now. Lava Wave is canceling all the progress in the bottom lane made by Freedonia. That's definitely going to be the story of this late game with the double Lava Wave available for Ragnaros. Control pad going over to Freedonia for the meantime. All members are back on the field for Poseidon. Looks like they're deciding. Poseidon is deciding what they want to do here. Darduke keeping an eye on things, finds Ragnaros, finds the rest of the team. Gonna try to escape here. That's some big damage. That's a huge stun and combustion combo. The sound barrier is out, but that's a ton of damage onto the members of Poseidon. Spank is trying to escape, but Simslayer is on the chase. The dark conversion is good, though. Cho'Gall taking a ton of damage. Oriole gonna go ahead and pop that Resurrect, but a huge stun by Blaze. That's gonna be Mal'Ganis and... Oh my god, look at that Cho'Gall, the level 20 Resurrect. He zooms in and finds the kill. Lucio, the only one left alive. Freedonia is going to go ahead and try to take this Protector. Let's see if they can catch up one of these lanes and possibly take the core here. Protector is down. Looks like they're going to be choosing the middle lane. Lucio in for the defense. Cho'Gall and Oriole once again in the Protector. They're going to work on the mid lane here. Ragnaros up in 15 seconds. We'll have the Lava Wave available. Protector is healthy enough to end this here. Let's see if Freedonia can pull that aggressive trigger and take this core. There will be members alive for Poseidon for this defense, but that's a lot of damage coming out. Core shielding already gone. Ragnaros is back on the field. Lava Wave is popped, but we're already at 60% on the core, and it looks like Freedonia is going to clean this thing up and take the series 2-0. GG. All right, taking a look at the score screen here, we see Freedonia 11 kills to the 15 of Poseidon, but somehow, some way, the late game team fights going their way, and Poseidon just couldn't recover, and Freedonia takes the 2-0 victory. Gall, of course, leading the way on the damage for Freedonia. Orphea with the big hero damage, and Ragnaros, of course, with that Lava Wave, cleaning up on the siege damage for Poseidon. We'll take a look at these talents and we'll see if we can secure ourselves an interview with our winning squad. All right, we'll see if we can locate a member of Freedonia for a little post-game interview here. See if I can find one. There we go. Dark Assassinator, welcome.
Why, hello. Good to be here.
Congratulations on your opening win of the season. That's got to feel good.
Thanks. Honestly, it does. We had a bit of a rough last season, so starting off strong feels nice.
Fantastic stuff. We saw a very dominating performance there in game number 1. Everything going your way on Hanamura Temple there. Did you feel comfortable on this the new map this season, or were you sort of figuring things out as you went there in game number 1?
We've actually been practicing Hanamura ever since the late voting happened. My team decided that we were going to try and make Hanamura bread and butter, so I kind of had to open with that map.
Fantastic. Well, we definitely saw some great control there. I think it was something like 22 kills to 1. Great control on that map there. Talk to me a little bit about the Uther bans. Is that something that you haven't had success against with in the past, or is that a target ban versus Poseidon?
It's actually kind of a mixture of both. We noticed I would tend to go through replays just a little bit and just see what they scout the competition. I noticed a couple of them did play Uther a decent bit. but also just our comps felt like giving them armor and just trying to keep the fights elongated would not be in our favor.
All right, well, definitely makes a lot of sense there. We saw the pick comp, the multiple stuns and roots coming out from game number 1 to great effect. Absolutely not wanting an Uther to mess that up makes a lot of sense to me. Now, game number 2 there, we've brought the Cho'Gall comp. It looked like you basically got everything you wanted there. Were there any surprises in the draft coming out as you formed that Cho'Gall comp?
Honestly, not as much as we expected. We expected things to go a little worse than that. I'll admit the Tychus ban at the end was actually a misclick because another person on the team was supposed to be playing it. But overall, it felt like the draft went pretty well.
Draft definitely looked very good in your favor. Things looked a little.
Scared they were going to pick up like a Malthael or something in there, but
things did look a little bit dicey in the early game, a little bit frazzled, moving around those lanes, a bit of an XP disadvantage. But that final late game, not the final late game team fight, but that critical late game team fight really turning things around there. When you got that advantage around it, I think it was around level 18 to 20, what were comms like for you in terms of what you needed to do on the map to take advantage of those extra hero kills?
I'll admit it was slightly disoriented. We've always wanted to try and make Cho'Gall like a meta thing, but we've never really had time to practice it because we're like, all right, we got to get good. We got to get good at the game before we can meme that much. But actually, like bringing it out, it felt awkward at first. That's why we had a really bad rotations at the start. But afterwards, we started selling into a bit of a rhythm. We need to be top. All right, they're missing mid, so back needs to back out of there, and just trying to keep the map under control with all the camps, especially on Volskaya. Those turn camps and those siege camps can get a lot of value if they're left alone.
Absolutely. I think we saw you guys looking a little bit frazzled in the early game, but you fell into the rhythm, turned things around, and ultimately picking up the good push at the end for the victory there on Volskaya, and that's the first domination of the season for you, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for casting us. Appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure entirely. Any shout-outs you'd like to make before we wrap things up here?
Honestly, I think the biggest shout out I can make is definitely to our healer, Draven. He has saved us from way, way too many situations.
Draven playing a couple of big save heroes there, the Anduin and the Oriole, definitely putting in some good work there for sure. All right, well, congratulations once again on your win, and good luck going forward in the season.
Thank you much.